Mic check 1 2. Let's see. So I'm gonna try to do this sample projects test prep that we did in class today. So we have a 192.168.1.0 network, which was a /25 network, and that is all the IP addresses that we got in order to make this network work. So here's what the network looks like. We have 3 desks in our classroom represented like this, and then each desk is going to get a switch like this, and then each switch gets several PCs. Let's do it like this. So there's about 3 desks on each PC. So that's the first desk. This is the second group of desks, and the third group of desks. There we go. Third group of desks. Good. And then we're gonna try to connect all of these. So we're gonna take the clocking cable, and we're gonna go from serial 2 to serial 3. And we're going to take another clocking cable from serial 2 all the way to serial 3. And we're going to take the through cable on the fast Ethernet 00 port and go into the switch. Same for these two, fast Ethernet 00, and go into the switch. And again over here, fast Ethernet 00, and again into the switch. All the PCs are going to be connected to the switch, starting with port 10. So to the switch, port 11. Again here to the switch, port 12. And you to the switch on port 13. That looks great. I'm going to do the same thing for these PCs, starting on port 10. Same thing here for these PCs, starting on port 11. For these PCs, 12. And here. Very good. And again here. Finally. So once we have this circuit built, we'll be able to try to split the IP addresses up and set up our gateways, our network names, and everything we need. There we go. So now that that's all built out, we simply need to break this IP address up into several different networks. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different LANs. So at /25, that gives us 128 IP addresses. How do I know that? So you take the 8 bits, at 25 you borrowed 1 bit. So you borrowed 1 bit, and this way you have 7 zeros left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in an 8-bit number. The number of ones tells you how many different segments you have. So it's 2 to the 1, which equals to 2 different blocks. And the number of zeros, which is 2 to the 7, tells you how many usable IP addresses you get, and that gives you 128. If you take 256, let's see, this is their subnet mask, let's keep it consistent. So if you take 256 and you minus the number of usable IP addresses, which is 128, you end up with a subnet mask of 255.255.255.255.255.128. Okay. You could also simply just add the value of the one slot, but this seems to be the consistent way to do it. So again, we have 128 IP addresses, which would have given us a subnet mask of 225.225.225.128. So we're going to try to break this address down into several parts. So let's start doing that right now. So I'm going to take another one, and we're going to take this and break it down into let's see, into a /26. So we're going to go /26, and that means we borrow 2 bits, so 1 1, which give us 6 extra zeros, 1 2 3 4 5 6. And so in this case it'll be 2 to the 2, which equal to 4 different segments, and 2 to the 6, which will equal to 64 usable IP addresses. So the subnet mask in this case would be 256 minus 64. And that will equal to, let me just double check that real quick, 256 minus 64 equals 192. So the subnet mask here would be 255.255.255.192, and that would give us 4 blocks of 128. But since we have a /25, we only have 1 block of 128. So what we're going to do is show you what the blocks would look like. So the first block of IP address would be 192.168.1.0, and that will go up to 192.168.1.63, and that equals 64 IP addresses. And then we're going to go 192.168.1.64, and that will go all the way up to 192.168.127. And that will take care of all your 128 IP addresses. And that block also equals 64 IP addresses. Okay, so let's take a look at that. So at this point, we have 2 blocks of IP addresses, which is 192.168.1.1 all the way up to 64. But according to our math, we needed to have 20 IP addresses for this network, and for this network we wanted to do 30, and for this network we also wanted to do another 30 IP addresses. Okay, let's just do 20 IPs, and this one's gonna be 30 IPs, and this one is gonna be 30 IPs. Okay, cool. So in the next video, we're going to start breaking down the 64 blocks into 4 blocks of 32, which we could use across here. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.